Hey, what's up, good people? It's Jay Ray, the co-host of Q Points, and I wanted to come to you because there are two really important ways that you can support our show. One is by subscribing to it wherever you listen to or watch your podcasts. Q Points is pretty much everywhere. The other thing that you can do is you can visit us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and on Podchaser, and you can leave us a star rating. Please rate us 5 stars because you know you love Q Points. And on Apple Podcasts and on Podchaser, you can actually leave us a written review. It's not required, but it really does help to spread the word about the show, and it helps people to discover it as they're looking for new podcasts to listen to. We're always appreciative of you supporting Q Points. We thank you so much for all that you've done for us so far, and enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, it's Jay Ray. Podcasting is not just a passion for me and DJ Sir Daniel. It's a way for us to educate and inspire. There are a number of podcasts doing that for children, and one of them is What's Poppin' Penny, a podcast created and written by Tony Kennedy and voted 2023's best podcast for children 3 and up and families by Common Sense Media. Penny is a preschooler who discovers that an ancestral poem holds the key to unlocking the magical secrets of a teddy bear passed down from her grandpa, which is filled with her family's history. Tune in to the upcoming 2024 Juneteenth What's Poppin' Penny special. The show will feature guest star Miss Betty Reed Soskin. Miss Betty was a well-known songwriter in the civil rights movement. She became the oldest national park ranger at the age of 85, and among her many honors and awards, President Barack Obama presented her with a presidential commemorative coin at the National Christmas Tree Lighting Ceremony in 2015. Subscribe to What's Poppin' Penny wherever you listen to your podcasts, and be sure to share the show with young people. They will be sure to have a good time. Peace.
Greetings and welcome back to another episode of Q Points Podcast. I am DJ Sir Daniel.
And my name is Jay Ray, sometimes known by my government as Johnny Ray Cornegay III and Sir Daniel. You are dressed differently from me. It is summer where you are.
It's summer everywhere right now. It's summertime, and yes, we're about to get into this topic. You know, Q Points Podcast, a podcast that's always dropping the needle on Black music history. And this episode, we're talking about being outside and what we're listening to while we're outside. But Jerry, guess what? The verdict is in. And Q Points is guilty on all 34 charges. We are the hottest podcast in the world. Welcome back, everybody, to Q Points Podcast, dropping the needle on Black music history. Jay Ray, I got to check in with you. How you feeling today?
You know, man, I am doing well, handling all the things, doing all the things, but happy to be here, happy to do what we do on Thursday and to be here with everyone. So for all the folks that are joining us, please shout yourselves out. So join the chat. If you're on Twitter, click on the video because there is a chat window on Twitter that you can actually chat with us. Chime in, let us know where you're joining us from, and for everybody else, chime in, let us know where you are joining us from.
Absolutely. So Jay Ray, we are about to get into the conversation about songs of the summer. And you know, I thought it fitting I had to get in the mood because I want to feel tropical. I want to feel like I'm getting away. I want we got Ed. Right Said Ed is in the chat already telling me to take my shades off. I know it's rude. Okay. It was just for effect. I'm here. It's still me. I'm gonna look into your soul and you can look into mine now. That's for our viewers. But yeah, Jay Ray, you know, summertime is a special time for us because we actually started Q Points at the height of the summer, at the top of the summer.
We did.
Yeah, so it's time. This is our favorite time of year.
Yeah.
It's about nostalgia. It's about being outside. And of course, it's about music.
Yes. In preparation for this show, Sir Daniel, our second show
Hmm.
was done right around this time because we had taken some time off because I went to celebrate my birthday in Atlanta. Um, that is so crazy, y'all. So just go with us here. Our second show was about summertime anthems back then, and we were having this conversation about like summertime and the experiences, and that was in 2021 at around this very same time. So welcome back as we're about to do a new version of this whole thing because we love this time of year and we love the music.
We absolutely do. But what we love even more is you guys coming back and supporting us each and every time. But Jerry, they have to know about all of the merchandise that we have
Mm-hmm.
that's on our website. That is like, if you had the fall and the winter versions of our merchandise, you need to get up on the summertime version. So J Ray, tell them
This
all
is
about it.
this is the time. If you visit, well, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. If you can see our faces or hear our voices, thank you for that. You listening, you watching, that is the most important thing that you can do. Subscribe wherever you are listening or watching. Share the show with your friends, your family, your colleagues. If you enjoy Q Points, chances are they will enjoy Q Points. To DJ Sir Daniel's point, if you are interested in purchasing some of the products that we have available on Q Points, you can visit our website at qpoints.com. There's a store button there. You should also go ahead and join the newsletter so that we can stay connected with you there. You should also check out our blog at magazine.qpoints.com. It's another free opportunity and a way for you to stay even more connected to the work of Q Points. You could become a member, you could do all the things. We're just happy you here. I'm always happy. Sir Daniel's always happy to see all of you just kind of hanging out with us. So connect with us in other
Absolutely.
ways.
Absolutely. Shout out to Mark McPherson, one of our day ones, joining us from beautiful and sunny Columbus, Ohio, as he put it.
Yes.
And, I know that our friends in Chicago, specifically like Carlton, is always
Mm-hmm.
representing for us. We see you. Thank you for wearing your Q Points gear out and about, especially at these outdoor festivals and,
Yes.
and dance parties. And so, like Jerry and I said, summertime is very important to us. Music is very important to us. And summer and new music, or
Mm-hmm.
just music in general, go together. I
Yes.
still I still remember the day after the Fresh Prince of Bel Air aired, and right at the very end, we stay tuned because the summertime video
Yep.
dropped right after that.
Yep.
And that song, 30 plus years later,
Mm-hmm.
remains a summertime staple.
Yep.
Well, Nylon magazine
Mm-hmm.
dropped a list. Magazines are dropping lists left and right. So
Mm-hmm.
why wouldn't Nylon drop their list of potential summertime anthems?
Yep.
And being who J Ray and I are, chatterboxes, we started talking about it. So we're going to start talking about these potential songs of the summer contenders. And
Yes.
let's just talk about it, J Ray. We went through the list. There were some
Yes.
people, there's a lot of people we weren't really familiar with, and a couple songs that we already heard. But let's
Mm-hmm.
just go through the list and let
Yeah.
the listeners and the viewers chime along with us.
Yeah. So one of the interesting things to be aware of about this list too, y'all, is it looks like they are updating it pretty regularly as songs move around the summer. But they're calling this a power ranking of 2024's top song of the summer contenders. And interestingly enough, this still surprises me.
Hmm.
So first at number one, they have Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us." Um, this I Sir Daniel, correct me if I'm wrong. I do not remember ever in the history of music a diss song being this hot on the charts and in the club. I just don't remember it being a thing that people wanted to play and hear and dance to.
So I'm gonna push back a little on that. Like from the early years, it may not have been like a summertime hit, and of course we don't know where it landed on the charts because this was predates a little bit of hip hop's like pop crossover power. But like BDP's The Bridge Is Over was played at every jam. You
You're
know,
right.
every
You're
single
right.
jam, you can hear that. People love to sing along with the, you know, Roxanne Shante is only good for say, you know, they
Yeah.
love singing along to that part. And then if you fast forward a few years, you know, Drake was heavy in the club with Back to Back.
Yep.
And so I could see how there are some diss songs that have some danceable quality to it and have some dance floor influence. And so I get it. I get why Not Like Us is trending like that. I get why it has that power. I've seen some people critique and say it's a dope song, but it's not the song of the summer. And that's debatable whether or not it's a song
Yeah.
of the summer, but that song is crazy right now. The kids are playing it at their bar mitzvahs. So that's a reach. That is some reach power, my friend.
Agreed. I do think it speaks to the time. It speaks to just kind of the moment that we're in. Yeah, this
It speaks to social media also. Social media has a huge impact on this music.
yeah, you know what? I think you know one of the things that's really interesting. I am curious about what the impact of this on Drake's career. Whatever Drake's next big release is, I am curious about how that's going to land because you now got people in the club saying, "Oh, V-ho." Like it's
not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's an earworm. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. I did see Drake posted on something like, "Okay, enough of that. It's summertime vibes on the way." To hint to his public, you know, to hint to his public
Shifting.
that I'm shifting. You know, I'm done with that. You know, it's pure vibes over here. Over here, guy. It's pure vibes over here, guy. You're cheesing me, dog.
We'll see. We will see. We
We'll
will see. But Nylon has Kendrick's Not Like Us here. Now, this was a song I was not familiar with. Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. I don't like this song.
Okay.
I did not like this song for a couple of reasons. One, I felt like let me take a step back. The song has all of the trappings of a summer bop that I would like. You know what I'm saying? There's like a pop beat that kind of grooves a little bit. Like you could play it at night in the summer with the windows down. That's kind of like my barometer, right? I listened to it at night with the windows down because I was listening to these as I was doing errands last night. Right. So anyway, however, the lyrics are just pedestrian. Like I'm okay with like lyrical content that's just not really meant to do anything, but I'm like, I'm not into these lyrics. It's fine. It's a fine song. I didn't personally like it. I get why people like it. Not my thing. Not the worst song on this list though, by far.
So Espresso is one of the songs that I actually like and can see going far, and it's all because of the things that you mentioned. The same things that you dislike about it are the things that is going to propel it. You don't have to think too hard when you listen to it. It's clearly rooftop vibes.
Yes.
It definitely is in the vein of like Doja Cat's hit Say So last year. You can blend them right into each other. It's disco, it's pop, it's all the things. The DJs are going to have a field day with these remixes. And I only became familiar with Sabrina Carpenter after her appearance on Saturday Night Live a few weeks ago. and she's got the personality to push it and to pull it off. I don't foresee the, this being, her being like the next Madonna or anything like that. I don't think we're ever going to return to that era of pop stardom anymore. But I think it's going to carry all the white girls that want to drop their purses in the middle of the floor and throw their hands up and just wave their hands with reckless abandon. It's going to carry them through the summer, and I'm not mad at it. It's not annoying.
Yeah.
So I'll give that one a slide.
Yeah. Listen, shout out to Sabrina Carpenter. Let me tell you something. This song right here though, I had some help. Post Malone and Morgan Wallen. Is it Wallen? I don't know how to say the child's name. This went in. I went up so hard for this song. I don't know. I don't know no Post Malone songs for real. Don't call me and ask me. I don't know. I thought he was a rapper. Apparently he was a rapper 3 years ago. Now he not doing that. This song did all the things I wanted it to do for like a pop summer song. I enjoyed it lyrically. I enjoyed the production of this song. It had a whole rock vibe that I really got into. I actually think this one will end up being one of those big songs for the summer. I think it'll chart high and they will sell this thing like gangbusters. It's already went to number 1. I didn't even read the caption here. I didn't know that it had already went to number 1. I thoroughly enjoyed I Had Some Help by Post Malone and Morgan Wallen. It was actually one of my favorites on this list.
Oh wow. Okay. I never yuck anybody's yum. Post Malone is well on his Kid Rock journey. You start off in hip hop and you end up turning into a rock and roll god, maybe a MAGA supporter down the line. I don't know. Well, I don't know what Post Malone.
That seems to be the trajectory of most. That's of these the trajectory. Guys.
So, and for me, those things factor, and so it's not bad. It's not bad, like you said. It has the trappings of all of what makes a great pop rock song, and whoever the production teams that are behind these songs, somebody reached back and listened to the formulas of back in the day and said, "Oh, this is what we've gotten away from. We need to be outside. We need to feel what this feels like outside with the fireworks and everything. Everybody, all the young people are wanting to be outside right now. They don't want vibes anymore. They want to be outside. They want to throw their hands up in the air." And they are getting to it. They're making the music to fit that. It's not my personal favorite, but I see why it's successful.
Yep. Completely get it. Listen, at number 4.
We're talking. Now
we're
talking.
So here's the thing.
So we're gonna be going back and forth like this now. Where it's like something I think that you're gonna like. You're not too much. I am a fan of Tinashe's Nasty. Tinashe has been one of those artists that came out back in 2014 and has, she's been one of those artists that just keeps going at it, trying and trying. I know that she said that the music industry is just not paying off like it used to, coming out of her own pocket to fund her projects, to fund her videos, all of this, but she's still chipping away at it. And I can't say that she's always had my ear, but every now and then something that she does will catch my ear. And I'm sorry, Nasty, as simplistic as it is, and I think that's what the draw of it is. It's super simplistic. The beat is super basic, but it's funky. It makes you want to body roll. And that's very important to me as a DJ. If you have body roll power, you've got me linked. You've got me locked in. And here's my thing. Nasty is perfect for mashups. Again, the DJs are having a field day. I see all of my DJ colleagues putting their spin on Nasty, mashing it up with everything from Britney Spears to Vanity 6. It's all happening. And those are the things that, in my opinion, say, hey, this song is popping. It's been out for a minute now, but I think it's still going to have some impact for the summer. You know, it's something that the women are going to sing along to. The hook is "I've Been a Nasty Girl." Who's not going to sing along to that? We know plenty of fellas that are going to be singing along to "I've Been a Nasty Girl." So it's got Song of the Summer written all over it for me.
Yeah. This one was not my least favorite, but it wasn't. So here's the thing. I like Tinashe. I really do. Like I expected something. I don't know what I expected, but it definitely has Song of the Summer written all over it. I do think I wasn't a huge fan of the hook. I thought, I was like, okay, I know what this is doing. I get why they did. I get why they made all the production choices that they made. And I think, you know what I think will happen with me in this song? I will hear it, I will dance to it, and it will change my mind.
I think absolutely will.
I think that's the thing. I think listening as like J. Ray Q points, like I was like, this isn't going down. Like, cause I was listening, I was like, okay, yes, I know. Okay, they're calling back to this. They're calling back to that. I get it. So that being said, if I had tiers, this would be in like if I had 4 tiers, this would be in tier 2, right? Okay. So it wouldn't be in 1, it would be in tier 2, but it wouldn't be like 3, 4. So I'm okay with Tinashe and Nasty. I think it'll be popular, and I do want her to win. Honestly.
Yeah.
I want her to win. There's the joint from like 2014. Of course, the name is escaping me now because
what 2-1? I'm not gonna get 2-1.
No, it was the other joint. I'll find it
because I think that was her biggest hit.
This was a different joint. And who produced it? I think one of the Selection guys produced it. But anyway, Tinashe's Nasty is at number 4 on this list. You know, I don't know why Family Matters by Drake is on this list.
I have no clue. It boggles my mind. There's way too many beat changes for it to be like danceable, or even I could see you riding to it. Yeah, sure. I can see people riding out to it, but it doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't have that factor to it to me, especially in light of how Kendrick just completely obliterated him in that skirmish that they had. So I just don't see how this Family Matters ends up on the list. For the rappity rap dudes that's getting ready to head out to the hookah lounge, or or fake drive-bys and whatnot. This Family Matters is going to be perfect for those hoodlums that like to do speed racing and shut down streets and do donuts and cause a lot of traffic being backed up
and make me mad. I'd be like, go home. Mad.
That's what Family Matters is going to be. Those are those people that are going to be listening to Family Matters.
Yeah, this one is a no-go for me. It's on this list. It's a no-go. So it's funny when we were going through this list initially. $1 Million Baby by Tommy Richman. I don't watch enough TikTok to know what this song is. I don't enjoy this song. I get why people like it. I don't think it is not trending as high as like a Nasty or some of these other songs. In fact, I think this is one of those songs, in my opinion, that might lose momentum kind of quickly. Because at first I was interested in it. Like when I heard it, because I had to go back and listen to this. This is one of the ones I was like, I hear this, but I don't hear this. And then I went back and I listened to it and I'm like, oh, okay, I get why people are into this song. But not my favorite. Don't think it's on the list, a contender for like Song of the Summer. I do think it will be one of those songs that, depending on what Tommy Richman does next, is either going to, we will remember next year or we won't. It all hinges on whatever this artist does after this.
Yeah. So initially, here's my thoughts. So $1 Million Baby is the dude bro song that Nasty is to girls.
That is the perfect analogy. Just like the other side of that. Cool.
Yeah, it's $1 Million Baby is the dude bro version of Nasty by Tinashe. It's again, so we're getting real-time lessons about how music works today and how these TikTok created songs or TikTok famous songs are translating to outside of the social media. It's like, okay, this is working on TikTok because we only get to hear it 60 seconds and it sounds funky. Initially, it sounds funky and whatnot. And but there's a whole artist behind it that has done a video, a treatment and everything. And now this song is out for consumption on the dance floors and in our rides. Are we going to like it past 60 seconds? We'll see. We'll see. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Yep.
I don't hate it. It's it gives me, he's singing in like his good old what's my guy's name? From Phil in his like Phil Collins kind of falsetto, falsetto-y, funky white boy vibes. I don't know. I guess he's from Oakland. He's probably from Oakland or somewhere like that. That's what he gives. And yeah, we'll see. It's I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I don't know what it's going to translate to in a DJ set, or if we're going to hear a bunch of DJs mashing it up and doing their thing to it.
Yep. I feel you. I like this.
Really?
I really liked. So this is Chappell Roan, and we're talking about the song. It's called Good Luck Babe. And so first of all, I like 80s synth kind of throwbacky things.
Love that.
This had that going for it. I also enjoyed the sidebar. Mark just said Tommy Richman is from Woodbridge, Virginia. So there's that.
Oh, well, there's that.
But Good Luck Babe, what I liked about it is lyrically, I thought it was kind of fun. And I just thought the vibe of the whole thing was really cool. So this is one of those fun songs that I actually put. I think this is a tier 1 for me. If I did it like the 4 tiers, I think this is up there as one of those. But this is also personal preference. This song is pure personal preference. It gives Johnny everything that he wants in a pop song for the summer. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not familiar with this artist at all, so I didn't know who this was or what to do.
So yes, so we're continuing our back and forth volley. The first thing when I heard it, I was like, this is like a zillennial a zillennial version of Kate Bush Running Up the Hill.
That is so funny. I thought, and it was funny, I thought it was going to go in the You Ought to Know vibe with Alanis Morissette, but it went in the Kate Bush vibe. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's got that. The vocals are very Kate Bush and Tori Amos, very shrilly and operatic and dramatic. You like all that.
I like
J. Ray loves that kind of stuff. So that this is in the J. Ray wheelhouse, and we'll let that be good. And in the words of the title, good luck, babe. Good luck with this song.
Good luck, babe. Good luck, Chappell Roan. Okay, I hate this shit. Okay.
Wow. Just tell us how you feel. So it's Taylor Swift, guys. It's Fortnight with your other favorite, Post Malone, J. Ray.
I just figured out I liked him 24 hours ago, so it's fine.
You like the song. So here's the thing. This song sounds eerily to me, not eerily, but it sounds so much like Madonna's Crazy for You. And I think I'm getting that vibe from it. And I think what the young people are doing are reaching back. They may not know it, but they're reaching back for those vibes. Crazy for You from the Vision Quest soundtrack was like one of Madonna's huge hits from the 80s. Listen, Vision Quest was a great movie.
I forgot all about Vision Quest. I forgot it was from that. And you're absolutely right.
Quintessential 80s movie. And it's gonna happen. I think what we as seasoned listeners, people that have been around or been on the planet for a while and have listened to all the things we've gone through, 4 to 5, almost 5 decades of music, we're gonna start hearing stuff that's gonna sound alike or going to call back to records of the yesteryears. And Fortnight is that for me.
Yeah, no, I hear exactly where you're coming from. Honestly, I didn't even finish this song. That's how much I didn't enjoy it. And that's not me. I was like, and I really went into it like, hey, let me give this a go. You know what I'm saying? I like a good music video. Just not my jam. It's just not my jam. So
yeah, you know what I always say, J. Ray? When we have our discussions, what do I always say? Instead of I'm living my life to where I'm being positive, I'm being glass half full. So I just say, instead of saying I hate something, I just say I wish I liked it more. I wish I liked it more. We might need to create a I wish I liked this song more playlist. I wish I liked it more, but I just don't.
So next song is Brutalizer, which is a song by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. No lyrics to this song. It is all a synthy not house, but a synthy electronic industrial. It's what Trent Reznor does. I didn't mind this. This would end up in my tier 3. It wouldn't be in the bottom. But I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. It was fine.
Like I just said, I wish I liked it more.
Yeah.
It's definitely video game music. It's it's Grand Theft Auto ready to go. It doesn't resonate with me. So, but thanks, Trent Reznor is a legend.
Absolutely. And finally, we have Lobster.
No. No, thank you.
Now, I thought this was fun. This would so Lobster Telephone by Peggy Goo. I don't speak Korean, so I don't know what the lyrics to this song is saying, but I totally thought it was fun. And I don't know much about Peggy Goo. And actually, when I was listening in the car. So when I went back, I was like, oh, this person is big in Europe. And it all makes sense. I thought Lobster Telephone was totally fun. This would actually end up in tier 2 for me. But yeah, so I thought this was a cool song. Do I think it's Song of the Summer? I do not. But I thought it was a fun song, and I'm glad I know it exists. And now I want to hear this record when it comes out.
It just made me want to play Rock Lobster by B-52s. That's all. I wish I liked it more.
Y'all, that was us discussing Nylon's, what is this called? Nylon's
Potential songs of the summer.
Yes, a power ranking of 2024 top songs of the summer contenders. And to that point, there's stuff that should have been on this list that's not on this list. I have things.
Come on, hit us with it.
So what's not on this list that should be, that Kaytranada and that Rochelle Jordan, that Lover Friend. First of all, shout out to Rochelle Jordan, who her album was called Play With The Changes, which great album. I have another album that I love with that title by For Hero that came out in 2010 or something. But anyway, this song, Lover Friend by Kaytranada and Rochelle Jordan, I absolutely have on my list of like favorite things to listen to. That Illusion by Dua Lipa, that goes for me. That and I like a Dua Lipa, so that's always
You like
a
a Dula people?
I like a Dula Pipa. And the last thing that's not on the list, this list, I think the song is too new, but child, I don't even know how to say this child's name, but the song is called Risk Taker, but it's by Blackst, BLXST. How would you say that?
You're probably gonna say blast. All the people, the kids are gonna be in our comments. Like, it's pronounced blast. It's pronounced, or
That makes
look, no, it's pronounced blazed. Get it right, old head. It's
sure.
blazed.
I
Sure.
Awesome. It's by that person. I'm gonna go with
Mhm.
Blast. I think Blast is great, and
Yeah.
it features Offset. Offset is
Oh,
on
okay.
this song. So those are three joints that are new joints that I totally enjoy. That I think would be on the songs of the summer list. Do you have any that should be on the list, Sir Daniel?
I do not, but that Kaytranada album, everybody's in a tizzy about it already. We are waiting. It's like, and you know what? It's not even. I don't think that we're gonna hear anything like groundbreaking,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still dope. It still makes
Yeah.
you feel good. It still makes you, he has become the definition of a summertime sound.
Yes.
He's like the king of the rooftop jams,
Mm-hmm.
king of the beach cabanas. Where this is Kaytranada's season.
Yes.
Kaytranada is definitely like a summertime kind of guy, kind of artist, and I'm here for it. I'm waiting for it, and just like everybody else, and I'm excited.
Yeah. For folks in who are joining us in the chat, do you have any songs that are kind of on your song of the summer? So any contemporary songs that are out now that you're like, oh my God, this joint is popping. Everybody needs to hear it. Let us know. But yeah, that was it was a fun list. It was interesting. Totally didn't expect us to go opposite. That was hilarious to me.
It
Um
happens.
it
It
happens.
happens.
There are two types of people in the world: those who complain about the state of today's music, and those who dig. I'm Jason Randall Smith, and I invite you to check out Radio BSOTS, Both Sides of the Surface, a music podcast championing the work of independent artists from around the way to around the world. With a primary focus on Creative Commons licensed music, think of this show as a never-ending virtual crate dig through a parallel universe of online labels, seeking out the hip-hop, soul, jazz, funk, and electronic music gems that are often hiding in plain sight, and hopefully demystifying the world of Creative Commons along the way, one song at a time. You can find Radio BSOTS wherever you listen to podcasts. For more information, visit the website at bsots.com. That's BSOTS.com.
Sir Daniel, you raised a really important historical note that we
Yes.
have to talk about now. Please let the people know what classic was released 35 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, at the time of this recording, in the week of May 29th, 1989, we experienced a new British invasion by the sound system known as Soul to Soul. And they dropped off a bomb of a song. I mean that in the best way possible. This song to this day gets the people going. It still has the effect on generation after generation. This song opens up Hype Williams' first and I believe only theater release movie, and it had the most impactful opening of a movie visually and with this music underneath it sonically. And it is also a hip hop staple because that drum pattern that Nelly
Yeah.
Hooper and what's my other guy's name?
Jazzy
Nelly
B.
Hooper and Jazzy B created. All of your hip hop producers started adapting that 98 BPM to a lot of rap songs following after that. I'm talking about none other than Back to Life.
Yeah.
Back to Life has been, I mean, from the original way that it starts off, or the album version, I should say, to the acapella, which is DJs love that acapella opening.
You could
until
throw it
goes
on
into the
any.
beat.
You could throw that on anything. Karen Wheeler's
Anything.
vocal is pristine,
and it just takes people to another world immediately. People stop what they're doing and they sing along to it. And ladies and gentlemen, that dropped 35 years ago.
Wow.
May 29th, 1989. What an amazing song that we have been gifted by Soul to Soul, by Nelly Hooper and Jazzy B and Karen Wheeler, the whole Soul to Soul sound system. That I just can't go on enough about how impactful that song, that whole album, honestly.
Yeah.
That whole movement, the Soul to Soul movement, was so impactful to us stateside. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, man. That particular song has that unique blend. Songwriters, tune in. Back to Life can mean so many things. There's a religious context that you could sit this song in and it works. There's a romantic relationship context that you can sit this song in and it works. And there is a just inspirational context that you can sit this song in by inspiration. I'm not talking spirituality. I'm talking like filling you up and bringing you joy context. This particular song, I think the reason why it resonates, one, it is, to your point, expertly produced, expertly sung. The lyrics are universal. They can apply to anybody. They're easy to sing. They're not pedestrian, but they're not complicated. It does all the things. And it is one of those songs from that era. It'll just never go away. It can never go away. And as long as we have cookouts and gatherings, we are going to be hearing Karen Wheeler's voice come over that speaker, and we will be happy about it and sing it as a group of Black folks. Yeah, man. 89 was an interesting year. So where was I in 89? So I was 12.
Okay.
I was 12 years old. I was probably entering like 8th grade. Like I was going to 8th grade. And we were in the midst of New Jack Swing, right? Hip hop was like blowing up everywhere. And the summer, I remember the summer of 89 just being really important. Like, how old were you in 89, Sir Daniel?
So the summer of 89, I was still, okay, so I'm a September baby. So I still went through the whole summer being 13, but that was the year I turned 14. And that was a pivotal year for me because we moved from New York to Florida.
Yeah.
There was a whole movement of New Yorkers around in the late 80s to Florida, to various parts of Florida, and we got caught up in that and ended up in St. Petersburg. So I became exposed to a lot of different cultures, a lot of different music. I was really there in the bass music crock pot. Like I was there in the middle of it. I became exposed to people like Jam Pony Express, different ways of different vernacular, people dressing differently. There was still some people wearing jerry curls back in 89.
It's 89.
It's 89, but no, in New York, it was like nobody had a curl in 89, but going into 90. But I just remember it was a very magical time musically. Like you said, 89, we were delving into to hip house, to New Jack Swing, and then of course Soul to Soul comes along and gifts us with Back to Life and the whole Soul to Soul Volume 1 project. Absolutely. But 89, what were the charts looking like in 89, Jerry?
So to that point, we went to the Wikipedia, And Miss Karen White was killing the game in 19. Baby, you see Karen up there at the top. For those who are listening, there's a picture of Karen White here, but we're on the Wikipedia. We'll include the link here. These were the number ones on the it was the Hot Black Singles chart. That was what it was called then. Now this chart is the Hot R&B Hip Hop chart. But back then it was just the Hot Black Singles chart. And let me see. You know what's interesting, even just looking at the first half of the year, Sir Daniel, is the variety of different kinds of artists on the chart. Opening up the year is Roberta Flack, and they make the note that this is Roberta Flack's first number one in over 10 years. And it was Oasis. She opened the year with the first number one on the Black chart. I loved Oasis. It was one of my favorite songs of that era. And of course, you see right there, like Karen White took over for the next 3 weeks with the anthem.
You know what's funny about Superwoman, J. Ray, is we were respectively 12 and 13, 14 years old, right? I had classmates, little girls, singing their little hearts out to Superwoman about some fictitious husband that they had. It was like, you are 12 or 13 years old. Why are we singing at the top of our lungs about early in the morning I put breakfast on your table? You know, but that's the impact of a great song. And Karen White was already winning because I just liked Karen White. You know, she was killing the Running Man in the Rendezvous video, and the way she just had all the bops.
She did.
So I was happy that she was able to have a power ballad like Superwoman that can live on. Like, she can tour for the rest of her life with these songs. So, and that's a testament to great songwriting. Ladies and gentlemen, great songwriting and song structure, songs that have bridges, and we'll talk about that later.
Yes.
We will talk about that a little bit later after the break. But yeah, I became so nostalgic when we started going through this list. What else is on here?
Yeah, so, you know, of course, Can You Stay in the Rain by New Edition. New Edition had a huge comeback the year prior. That was the Any Heartbreak. There was the whole Any Heartbreak tour. That was a big year for them. Vanessa Williams, so of course the year prior, the Right Stuff album had been released. Shout out to Kipper. And Dreamin' ended up. But you know what's hot? Because I heard this on the radio the other day. Just Coolin' by Levert with Heavy D was a bop. Easy does it. Do it easy.
Push it on the cutie and let her squeeze me. Relax a little. You talking about standing by the pool? Just cooling with Levert? I'm cooling, man. That was a summertime vibe.
Yes.
That was a summertime. It was a perfect matchup. Heavy D and Levert. Just fun times, man.
Yep.
Just I really hate it for y'all that weren't around back then.
Yo,
I really do.
So De La Soul hit number one. That was the first number one with Me, Myself, and I in June of that year. But check this out, Sir Daniel. Check it out. On this chart, in 1989, you have the OJs, who are 20 plus years into their career at that point, hitting number one. Peabo Bryson, Natalie Cole, who else do I see? Stephanie Mills. Something in the Way You Make Me Feel is a whole bop. All of these folks are mixed in with these new cats. You know what I'm saying? Jody Watley came back with Real Love. Even Sky is on this chart. I don't remember Start of a Romance by Sky. I got to go back.
What?
I don't.
Start of a romance. To be the start of a romance.
Oh, I do know that song. Okay, child. See, there we go. You got to be reminded. There's so many songs.
A body roll. It's a body roll.
It's a body roll song, and they were number one for 2 weeks. Actually, on my birthday, they were number one on my birthday in 1989. So Lots and lots of folks on here, but let me tell you, our brother Chucky Booker is on here with Turned Away, which was a huge song.
I'm sure Troop was on there too, right?
Troop might be on here. Let's see. Not on this one, but Troop might have been on the year prior. So
Okay.
they might have been on like either 88 or 90. Because of course Chucky did the Troop stuff too. So
Right. Do I see the boys?
The
Lucky
Boys You
Charm?
Do. I don't know this song. I don't remember
What, Lucky
it.
Charm?
Yeah, I don't remember that song.
My Lucky Charm. Go,
Oh, I do
go,
remember that
go,
song.
go.
See, here's what has to happen. You have to
do
sing
is-
it to me. Be like,
all I have to
oh
do
yeah, I
is
remember
sing
that.
It's hum a few bars for J. Ray. He's like, oh yeah, I remember that.
But as
But
we
see-
talked about, go ahead, Sir Daniel. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna agree with you. Your point. If you have people like Roberta Flack and Tone Loc on the same charts at the same time, do you realize things like that can't be repeated? That was
Would never happen today.
a once in a lifetime time for music. And there was like, we all had something on the charts for everyone. There was something for teenagers, there was something for the adults. And we grew up listening to the stuff.
Yes.
We were familiar with these older artists, these legendary artists. And then we had our new stuff coming out. So I think we had the best of both worlds.
Yo, Sir Daniel, that's the thing. And this is I think this is where the really big divide happens.
Mhm.
Because we were existing at a time when the OJs were still charting, we were familiar with them. You know what I'm saying? So it allowed it to be just such a much richer experience. As you get towards the end of the year, you, of course, Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation is hitting. So Miss You Much hits for 2 weeks. Jermaine Jackson actually was on the charts with Don't Take It Personal, which is a whole jam. Surface is on the charts. You have Mickey Howard on the chart at number 1 twice.
Is Paula Abdul up there?
Paula Abdul is not on this chart, but she was on the pop chart.
charting.
She hit number 1 on the pop charts. I think Straight
Her
Up
and
had
Milli
hit.
Vanilli.
Yep, her and Milli Vanilli were hitting on the pop charts. So, you know, some of your favorite songs. What were some of your favorite songs from '89? Let us definitely know in the chat. And I'm actually going to go to the chat really quick and bring in a couple of things. Michelle Dawes-Burt commented that Back to Life is always the jam. Shout out to Michelle. Michelle Dawes-Burt has a podcast, y'all. Real Discussions. You should go and listen to it because she just had a conversation with her son, Christopher Burt. Either it's coming up or it happened. But go and follow Michelle. So Real Chicks Rock. If you follow her on social media, make sure that you go and follow her because Michelle's always doing something dope. She is Q Point's family. She's been on the show before. And her show is dope. And so you definitely want to listen to her talk to her son, Christopher. Christopher is an amazing young man, and y'all should check that out. But I want to bring in Mark said, I'm so glad that I am just old enough to experience this period firsthand. It's kind of special, yo.
It is. It was just a very special time to be alive. I can't stress that enough. Ed Adams is in the chat also. Talking about Let the Beat Hit Him.
Let the Beat Hit 91. That was, yo, that
Listen.
song in 91 was a whole thing. Like Straight Outta Hell's Kitchen was a whole thing. It's a special time.
It was a very special time, and we can't stress that enough for you. It was a very special time. And J. Ray, before we clock out, I want everybody to know how they can keep in contact with us just in case they missed it in the beginning.
Absolutely, y'all. Make sure that, once again, as we always say, thank you for being here. If you are listening, if you are watching, hit the subscribe button if you have not already subscribed. We appreciate that. We would also appreciate you sharing the show. If you love the show, people in your life will love the show too. Make sure that you subscribe to us on all of our social media. Make sure that you Visit our website, qpoints.com. You can sign up for our newsletter. You can read our blog, which is super dope, Q Points Mag. And you can shop our store so you can get dope merch and all the types of things from there. Most importantly, though, y'all, just thank you so much for always supporting the show. It's so crazy how we, Sir Daniel, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our fourth year. We're into our fourth year now of doing this.
Wow.
And we still have so many things. Like every week that we meet, we like, oh, we have to do a show about this. Oh, we have to have this conversation. This is really interesting. We have to talk. There's no end in sight to the amount of things that we have to talk about. So we just appreciate y'all being here with us because we have a good time doing this. And we like bringing these conversations to you. We really, really do.
Absolutely. So on behalf of J. Ray, what do I always say? In this life, you have the opportunity to either pick up the needle or let the record play. I'm DJ Sir Daniel.
My name is J. Ray.
And like we always say, while y'all are catching flights and not catching feelings, catch Q Points Podcast this summer. All right? This is Q Points Podcast, dropping the needle on Black music history. We'll see you on the next go-round. Peace.
Peace, y'all.